Hey, good people. So, Marathon is a game whose production has definitely had some ups and downs, right? Now, they delayed it, tried to improve upon it, and from the things I've been seeing, I think they might have actually done that. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts though, because Bungie just released this Vidoc kind of about the shells, which used to be called the runners. So let's watch this together. Let's see if they did make some improvements. I want to get your thoughts, see if you're more hyped for the game, you want to see more, and yeah, let's get into it. All right, here we go. Let's see if they've improved anything. Runner shells.
Runner shells is what we're calling the bioprinted bodies that you, the runner, inhabit when you go down to Tau Ceti. Each of our launch shells is really an archetype of gameplay.
So abilities, passives, stat packages married to a very distinct silhouette that then
Basically
players can look
classes.
at, 50, 60 meters away and say, oh, I know what that is. I know what that player is capable of. And I can start to think about how to counteract it.
Oh,
One of the things we really
that
wanted to-
load on that. Did you see that? That load? Ooh, kind of railgunish. Okay, real quick. How are y'all feeling about the aesthetics? You know, when this first popped out, I was like, I don't know how I feel about the way this game looks. But the more I look at it, the more I like it. Is it just me? All right, let's get back
From
to
the build
it.
crafting side is making sure that we're providing people ingredients instead of giving them a recipe. Figuring out what you want for your build that is unique, and you do that across cores, you do that
I think
across
the game
templates,
looks
you do that
better
across
now.
weapon mods.
I think the game looks better now, y'all.
Cores are powerful standalone perks that can
Okay,
be
Mega
used
Man.
in combination with each other to shift the gameplay style of your runner kit. We also want to make sure that there are interesting combinations of things that work together. But
Mobility,
they have
huh?
hooks that go out into the other systems, so you can create this like crazy Rube Goldberg machine.
That's very Titanish. My Destiny people
Depending
know.
on your playstyle, if you're like someone who hangs back and likes to snipe, you're someone who likes close quarters combat and you're gonna rush in, you're gonna wanna cater the items that you're finding
ooh.
differently.
The idea there is like, have a broad spectrum that everyone can kind of find a little bit of a home to, and then we're going to build on top of that.
It does feel good to shoot in this game.
Destroyer
I
is
think,
aggressive,
though. I played
brutal, whereas a modified, futuristic version of the Mjolnir armor from the original trilogy.
The shell is designed to get into the fight
Destroy
as fast
it.
as possible and stay there. It comes equipped with
Very
thrusters on
Titanish.
its legs that let it sprint faster, or you can use them for a quick lateral evade.
A riot barricade so that they can generate presence and they can generate almost like aggro for their team.
Its prime ability is Search and Destroy, which activates shoulder-mounted missile pods that fire heat-seeking missiles.
Damn.
They have a way to lock down targets over sustained fire.
This
which
was my favorite
immobilizes
special,
them
though.
and allows your team to follow.
Or super. It was my favorite when I played. Assassin.
Our Assassin Shell is built for players that like to play slow and quiet. It's very much a classic, backline infiltrator. It has a dive ability that can be used to negate fall damage from any height.
Their tactical
Oh.
ability is invisibility. You pull this shroud of invis over yourself. You can sprint during it, you can mantle during it, but the faster you move, the more visible you're gonna become. And if you take any actions, heal, shoot, get shot, you'll reveal yourself for a short duration.
Very Halo-ish. That thing looks
Their prime
crazy.
ability sends out this
That
disc.
gun.
It creates this plumes of smoke that you can enter into, and then when combined with their passive shroud, they go invisible when they enter smoke.
Very
The
hunterish.
whole thing here is be invisible, be sneaky, and then enshroud the world in smoke.
Like a flanker.
Originally, Recon was called internally Fun Police. That really is the core kind of fantasy. It's about hunting people down. It's about playing detective. If you want to find all the assassin shells on the map, Recon is the shell you want to use. It comes with a tracker drone that you can toss out a little spider friend that crawls along the ground and will track towards enemies and explode. And that explosion overheats the target.
They can't move, they can't sprint, they're taking tick damage, and they like help you lock down a target
These
so you can pursue
animations
them.
look
And for their
smoother.
prime, Recon has this really
These
awesome
guns are
helmet
looking
that splits
better,
open,
too.
and they tap in these cool key codes.
Is it
It
just me?
opens up and pulses, and it sends out this like wave that detects both AI and players and marks them for you.
And when you break the shield of somebody as a Recon shell, they leave holographic footprints behind. So even if they run away, you can follow that trail and they'll lead right to them.
And then finally awareness, where if you get pinged, it'll actually tell you that someone like sees you. You won't know where, but you'll be able to be on high alert that somebody saw you and has marked you.
Oh, the COD Claymore. Okay, so that feels like something
Vandal
you
is a
definitely
shell
want on
that
your
is,
team.
just by its very nature, more agile than our other shells. It has microjets that let it do a double jump. It has a
Now,
power
Vandal.
slide that goes much further than our normal sprint slide.
Their prime overloads their movement system so they can commit and chain all those actions together. They're about getting in and out, causing chaos.
All about mobility.
The
Okay.
arm cannon for Vandal unfolds, and you find a big-ass gun barrel inside. You can use it to knock people out of cover. You can use it to knock people off of buildings, which is way more fun than knocking them out of cover.
The number of times we've knocked people off of field maintenance is like, this is a great thing.
It's always fun. See,
Marathon
I would
is
just
a
love that
game
ability.
that is all about finding the best stuff on the map. So
Thief.
we felt like we needed to have a shell that was sort of built for the loot goblin fantasy. That is Thief to a T. Thief's
Loot goblin,
trade
huh?
ability is X-ray visor, where you flip down your visor, you can see containers through walls.
Oh.
You can see enemies that are within line of sight.
X-ray vision.
Their prime is a pickpocket drone, where they deploy this like elegant origami mechanicalized butterfly. It has like a mechanical whip that it can send out, and that knocks loot out of both players and
look
AI,
at
and then
that.
it can suck that loot back up with the same whip. Or you can use it for recon. You can fly around, you can ping, those pings are shared to your squad.
The Thief shell also has a built-in grappling.
Just
device
robbing
that
them.
is embedded right in the forearm. You shoot out a dart. Mid-flight, it unfolds into this propeller that pulls you along, and you can swing
Okay.
away to safety.
So Thief,
The
like,
recharge rate for their grapple and their base handling and stats will go up as you fill the backpack. So the idea is to become a loot goblin, right? Steal as much as you can. And
did y'all hear that? Your abilities tier up with their effectiveness. Then I don't know if it's every ability, but what they just said is they tier up in effectiveness based on how full your backpack is. Being a loot goblin, basically. I'll let y'all hear that one more time. That's actually well thought out. That's pretty well thought out.
and their base handling and stats will go up as you fill the backpack. So the idea is to become a loot goblin, right? Steal as much
Base
as you can.
handling
get
and
out.
stats. Huh.
The Triage shell is our
Triage.
shell for support players. If you want to keep your
gotta
allies
be the
kicking
healer.
so they can kick back, we have Triage for you.
They're equipped with these awesome like capacitive gauntlets where you activate them and then you can overcharge them and send out these tendrils that then like shock you back to life.
That's dope.
Their tactical ability, they actually have these giant drones attached to the legs and they pull them out, and it's a little buddy, he's got a little face, and you give him a high five and send him on his way, and he'll come and hover over your shoulder and provide you with shields and health.
Triage
Long
is really a
distance
combat
battlefield,
medic, so we knew we
defense.
needed to give an ability that was useful for firefights.
They've got two
And he's got a little
traits. The
healing
first one is a
drone.
trait ability called Battery Overcharge, where they overcharge their capacitive gauntlets, which makes their weapons performance better. And if you're using battery weapons specifically, breaking shields will EMP targets, and that becomes an on-ramp to like a whole new layer of build crafting. And then they have the second trait,
Okay.
Shareware, which is really cool, which is any buddies that have medi drones on them, any consumable you use will get like copied to them. So you kind of almost are this like battle medic that's like constantly running
That-
triage on your team.
It's dope. That is dope. Okay, it's just I'm really appreciating how they really thought these out. It really feels like they went back to the drawing board. They thought, hey, how do we really make these kids feel like they have their own niches and you can build on top of their basic abilities and really feel like each shell now is their own thing. It is good that they let this cook a little bit more.
Sometimes you just want to take a breather after a bunch of runs and just kind of go on a run to just see what happens. And Rook is really fun for that.
Picking Rook automatically opts you into queuing in solo. You're able to enter into a match in progress, and you're given a starting kit. You're not allowed to bring anything in. That's
Arc
almost
Raiders,
to your
free
advantage
loadout.
because you risk nothing, and anything you take out is yours
Arc
to
Raiders
keep.
free loadout.
Instead of focusing
That's a
on
good
like
thing to borrow from Arc
progression and
Raiders.
questing and things of that sort, it's a mode where we make it easy for you to just kind of drop into a match that's in progress and run about and try to scavenge as much as possible and get out with it so that you can populate your vault a little bit more for future runs.
Rook has a tactical ability that lets it blend in with UESC forces. So you activate it, a little mask appears over your face, and you are not perceived by the UESC as hostile. This lets you kind of get in, grab a little bit of loot, and then bail.
One of the things that I've really enjoyed about Rook is the added tension. Midway through a session, even though you've known like a few crews got taken out, or maybe you've taken out crews yourself, you don't know how many new players get injected through Rook.
Ultimately, Rook is a morality test, so you have a couple of options when you see a Rook. Either you're a decent person and you drop them a piece of loot and let them be on their merry way,
He's like,
or
hey
you
guys,
are a monster
I'm one of
and you
you.
blast them in the face. And I'm not going to say which one I am.
Oh, wow. You know everybody gonna blast.
I blast a lot of Rooks.
See? See? You know most people blasting. It's not gonna be Arc Raiders. Cause this feels like it's leaning more towards competitive play. Okay, y'all see here. March 2026. March 28th, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, okay. Regardless of how we feel about it, I think what we're seeing now definitely better than what we've seen before. This feels dialed in, you know, like they really like, hey, we gotta have an identity. And I can see this definitely being more attractive to a lot of people. Now, Arc Raiders is out there, and I love me some Arc Raiders. So what do y'all think? How is that gonna go? Now I think Arc Raiders is gonna be king for a while, who knows? But this doesn't seem to be trying to go head to head with Arc Raiders exactly, even though it's the same genre, both extraction shooters. I feel like this is more in the kind of just kill everybody competitive lane. And what I love about Arc Raiders is it's more PvE friendly, I guess is the word. That's what I love about Arc Raiders. So I guess it's not trying to bite that identity of Arc Raiders, so they could probably still coexist, you know. And if Bungie is Bungie on this, the gunplay will feel like no other game like this, and that's what they do very, very well. Is the reason so many of us are still going back to Destiny. So my question is, after seeing this, does this feel more attractive? Are you more interested? Hit me with your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it. Are you still like, nah, I'm good, Drake meme? Or are you like, okay, you know what? I'm paying attention. I'm paying attention. So hit me with your thoughts, y'all. If you enjoyed this, if you want me to cover more marathon stuff, hit me with a like, tell me in the comments, and I'm out.